The Assembly will hear an address by His Excellency Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia. I expect to this assembly. On behalf of the Assembly, I wish to thank the President of the Republic of Liberia. Welcome His Excellency George Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia, and invite him to address the Assembly.
His Excellency Saba Rossi, President of the 77th United Nations General Assembly, His Excellency Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, Excellencies, Heads of State and Government, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to address this 77th section of the United Nations General Assembly on behalf of the government and people of Liberia. Let me congratulate His Excellency Saba Rossi on his election as President of this 77th section of the United Nations General Assembly and assure him of Liberia's full support. I would also like to commend your predecessor, His Excellency Mr. Abdullah Shahid, for the job well done in administering the affairs of the 76 sections of the General Assembly. Let me also extend my profound thanks and appreciation to His Excellency Mr. Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, for his remarkable and visionary leadership. This year's assembly is taking place at a difficult time, uneven as the world is recovering from the scourge of COVID-19. We continue to face the challenges of the war in Ukraine, climate change and its devastating effects on our environment. Just as the Ukrainian people are enduring the harsh impact of this unwarranted military incursion, the rest of the world is feeling the harsh consequences of economic downturn caused by disruption in global supply chain, food insecurity, and rising prices of basic goods and services. The theme of this year's assembly, Watershed Movement, Transformative Solutions to Interlocking Challenges, is both appropriate and meaningful. It not only remind us about the current state of our world, and provide us the space to reflect on the multiple challenges that confront us today. They include the health and social economic impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, the devastating effects of climate change, environmental concerns, poverty reduction, food insecurity, and gender inequality. The challenges confronting the world today will require immediate collective global actions with the United Nations at the center of the search for solutions. In so doing, we must give special consideration to the needs of developing countries, particularly the least developed countries, in line with the Weah Program of Action for Least Developed Countries for the decade 2022-2031. Working together with the United Nations family, Liberia hereby commits to protect our planet, to promote peace, prevent conflicts, to ensure sustainable financing, and to boost partnership. Mr. President, Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this commitment is reflected in the Global Agenda for Prosperity and Development, which embodies the expressions of our shared determination to achieve peace, prosperity, national development, address extreme poverty, inequalities, regional disparity, infrastructure deficit, climate change, and equitable distribution of our national wealth. Given Liberia's youthful population of more than 60%, my government initiated a youth rehabilitation and empowerment program, the social economic empowerment of disadvantaged youth project, between 2019 and 2021, with the subsequent launch of the $13 million national fund drive for the rehabilitation and empowerment of at-risk youth in Liberia. We remain of the firm conviction that when empowered, our youth can be a positive force for good. As Liberia Female in Chief, women empowerment and the promotion of gender equality remain key priorities of my government. Women do not only comprise almost half of our country's population, but they also play important roles at all levels of society and must be given equal deserved attention, support, and a place at the leadership and governance table in our society. To this end, we have developed a legal framework, including the ratification of regional and international instruments to address gender inequality, which are being carried out as a result of social, cultural perception, practices, and stereotypes that support male dominance and the subordination of women. I would like to inform you that my government, together with the UN partners, is implementing the EU Spotlight Initiative to end violence and harmful traditional practices against women and girls and promote their sexual and productive health and rights. Furthermore, the government of Liberia is currently implementing a $50 million ECOWAS-funded project to enhance the capacity of female entrepreneurs. Mr. President, I wish to express Liberia's sincere gratitude to our local and international partners, both multilateral and bilateral, for their continued support to our national efforts in combating the pandemic. As a result of that support, Liberia is well on its way to achieving herd immunity, hopefully by the end of this year, with 67% of the population already fully vaccinated. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, my government continues to take actions through the formulation of new policy framework and strategic interventions to address the impacts of climate change and protect the environment. Liberia commits to achieving a target of 64% reduction in carbon emission below business as usual by 2030. We anticipate that the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Egypt, COP27, will provide opportunity to accelerate actions towards the goal of the Paris Agreement and the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change. Mr. President, Excellencies, sustainable development will take place only in a peaceful and secure environment. In fulfillment of our commitment to the maintenance of regional and global peace and security, Liberia takes pride as a troop-contributing country, with Liberian troops and other security apparatus serving in the United Nations multi-dimensional integrated stabilization mission in Mali, the United Nations mission in South Sudan, and the United Nations Interim Security Forces for Abide. We thank the United Nations and our multi-bilateral partners for the support we continue to receive in facilitating our contribution to global and regional peace and security. Mr. President, Excellencies, I am pleased to report that the IMF latest appraisal of the ongoing program it has with Liberia is very positive. It shows that the inflation rate has been significantly reduced. There are now better prospects for economic growth compared to previous years in spite of the negative effects of COVID-19. Our effort at instituting new policy measures to fight graft were also particularly commended in the report, along with our adherence to prudent fiscal management. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, democracy in Liberia also continue to grow from strength to strength. After many years of civil upheaval, Liberia is becoming a stronghold for peace and a safe haven for democracy. This is because we have taken actions in the last few years to build and strengthen democratic institutions such as the press and the Liberian judiciary. We have put forward new legislation that empower the media while eradicating those that have tended to suppress free speech. I am proud to say that from the beginning of my administration to date, there is no political prisoner in Liberia. At regional conferences of the Mana River Union and ECOWAS, which have been called to discuss efforts to restore democracy in the few troubled spots in our West African region, Liberia has constantly and consistently pleaded for a straight adherence to constitutional terms limits and for a return to democratic civilian rule in cases of military takeover. Liberia is expected to hold presidential and legislative elections in October 2023. The forthcoming election will be crucial to consolidating our democracy. In this regard, I wish to underscore my government's unwavering commitment to ensuring that the enabling environment continues to exist for the conduct of peaceful, free, fair, transparent, and inclusive elections. This is in keeping with my commitment to ensure that the democratic will of the Liberian people is respected at all times. In the run-up to the 2023 elections, it is incumbent upon all prospective candidates to avoid the incitement of violence and any other behavior that would deprive the Liberian people of the peaceful space that they need to freely exercise their franchise and freely express their political will in choosing their leaders. We must let the people decide, and then we must respect their decision. This is indeed the true essence of democracy. Mr. President, Excellencies, if we must advance common good of humanity, the implementation of the 2030 Agenda and the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals, then international cooperation must be given primacy, and the principles of solidarity must have its rightful place. We have the platform to generate the transformative solutions we seek. The world is watching. Our people are watching. And we must now seize the moment, confront the challenges, and collectively endeavor to lift the poor from poverty and hunger, sickness and disease, and ensure progress, development, and prosperity for all. At the same time, we must protect our planet, guarantee and maintain global peace, security, and stability. Mr. President, we must pursue efforts to make the United Nations more efficient, more effective, more inclusive, more accountable, and more suited for the purpose. Thank you.
That was the voice of His Excellency George Weah there. Let's see. As His Excellency George Weah, addressing the General Assembly. President George Weah just addressed.
Wish the better president as always.
President George Weah is the President Adama Barrow. He just also greeting His Excellency George Weah. Just addressed.
Great job,
George being greeted. George being greeted. President George Weah just got through addressing the journalists.
What's the next step?
This is the landlord, the poor one great. The land got moved. You see, the president just got through with his address. And you see foreign dignitary in queue to.
Yeah, sure.
You see foreign dignitary in queue to greet His Excellency George Manuel Weah.
Me also, I'm the president of the ECOWAS Commission.
Oh, the president of the ECOWAS Commission.
Yes, sir.
The president of the ECOWAS Commission is also here. You know, you see dignitary are here to greet President Weah after the ECOWAS Commission. Yeah, the ECOWAS. He gets here to greet President George Weah. You see foreign dignitary is also here to pay respect to George Manuel Weah. To pay respect to George Manuel Weah. You know, after a very powerful deliberation by His Excellency, making the case of the Liberian people, telling Liberia that democracy is democracy. George Weah, after a very strong speech by His Excellency. Well, I mean, a very strong.
So this protocol decides who's going. Everyone who is done and is finished, please, you have to vacate the area.
This is. And here you see, this is the hall, and you see that school of minister here. See Minister Samuel D. 12. Minister Samuel D. 12 is also here. Minister 12, you just listen to the president, and, expatiate on and making the case of Liberia on the global stage. I mean, what is your impression?
It's a wonderful delivery. The president shows the direction the country is going. Liberia's commitment, global commitments in maintaining peace, security, a commitment to climate change, many of the big themes, partnership, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And so I think it was a wonderful delivery. Effortless, you saw him, proclaim big stuff. So I think the next stage now is we go back and continue what we began 4 or 5 years ago. Now 1 more year, and then to take it from beyond. So.
And from the very powerful speech delivered by the president, what is the meat you can take out of this speech? You can say, okay, this is what I took out of this speech as the Minister of Finance.
The meat is that the president took a country from a difficult place, turned it around macroeconomically, and is now setting the stage for development, for climate change, and many of the big things that are coming, job creation.
Thank you. That was the voice of the Minister of Finance, Mr. Samuel D. Weah, making, telling the Liberian people about what the place is. This is the heart of the general. You see presidents, you see leaders, you see officials of the General Assembly. See my brother Piwala here. Piwala said, yes, pass. Thank you. I'm celebrating this birthday on a special day. A special day. I'm celebrating this birthday on a special day where George Manuel Weah, addressed the General Assembly. I mean, this is a special day for every one of us. For me, particularly, where I witnessed the President address the UN General Assembly. I mean, I'm grateful to God for making me to see this day, and I think it's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing that I witness or see the President, addressing the General Assembly on my birthday. I mean, it's something that I can't easily say, hey, what happened? I can easily say thank God for. Yeah? Something that I can say thank you for. What are you doing for me? No, I was doing something. I just yeah. You see, these are all officials of the Liberian government that are here, to grace the President address of the General Assembly. And you see the Deputy Speaker is here, Fonati Kofa, and from the Senate, Zoe Manuel Pena is also here.
Thank you.
They are all here at this historic year.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
After this picture, all the
yeah, you see government officials here, see the information minister, Ledger Rennie, see representative from district number 9. They are all here.
Transvestites can also put it.
And the deputy speaker of Fonati Kofa is here. Mr. Speaker, you listened to President George Manuel Weah address the General Assembly. I mean, what is your impression about the President's speech?
I think it was very, very succinct. To the point, I think the president stressed 3 cardinal issues that impressed me. Number one, the issue of collaboration after the pandemic, the issue of the conflict in the Ukraine, and the issue of gender equality in our body politics. I think he made the case very strongly as the Federation chief, and I thought he was very good.
Okay, let me ask you this final question. What is the myth you can take from this presentation by the president on the global stage?
The myth I can take from the president on the global stage is that Liberian democracy has arrived, in the sense that Liberia is capable now of discussing on the world stage issues that involve international and also domestic politics, which interchange the two.
That's the voice of the Deputy Speaker, Funati Kofa, laying the business. And you see the Lord Mayor Jefferson Koji. The Lord Mayor Jefferson Koji is also here, and you see different kinds of people, here. And you see Eugene Nangwe, the man who can give my birthday gift after. Mr. Nangwe, you listen to President Weah, and you listen to him making the case for Liberia, specifically talking about our democratic credential over the years that we have managed to sustain as a country. What can you say to that?
I think that was the core of the president's speech, the fact that Liberia is growing from strength to strength in its democratic sojourn. And I also was very impressed over the way he sounded a clarion call for the UN to refocus itself so that it becomes more responsive to the needs of the people of the world. And I think the president, given the 15 minutes that he was giving, managed to deal with all of the relevant topics, both domestic and international. I think his support for the Ukrainian people was very critical because Liberia itself has faced war, so we know what war means. In this case, it was an incursion into Ukraine by Russia, and he also managed to use the platform to issue a very clear position of Liberia. So the president come here today and put forward the best thoughts for our country, and now he has to return home to continue to consolidate all of the projects, development projects, and the social projects that he has already commenced and are well advanced. I am aware that after here today, the president will also be meeting with the Secretary General, Mr. Guterres, and then later on, a delegation from the U.S. State Department will be visiting him at his hotel for some bilateral discussions, and it will be led by the level of Deputy Secretary of State, an entire delegation, including the African team, will be paying a visit to the president at his hotel later on this evening, and that will be preceded by a meeting, a side meeting of the heads of state of ECOWAS. So the president really has a visit today.
Wow, that's a sincerely visit. So before I leave you, what message can you say to the people back home?
Well, the UN is a platform that brings leaders, countries, and peoples together. It is not a Liberian-centric event, but it is also there for us to share ideas.
Okay, you see the protocol team. The protocol team is here. You see Annie. You see. You see Muna, and you see the men who have just delivered a very powerful speech to the General and you see the First Lady of our beautiful mom here. She's there, always standing behind us. And you see Nora Finabundo, the Chief of Protocol of the Executive Marshal, is also here. And you see Pewala, and the rest of the other people are also here. So it's a good thing. Mr. President, one word for your people. You got thousands of people that are viewing you right now.
Well, first of all, Kalasco, let me wish you a happy birthday today. I wish you God's blessing.
Thank you.
But I just want to say to all of our friends, our family and friends, Liberians in the diaspora, I want to thank them for making sure that they make this meeting a successful one. They were here to encourage us, and I think it's a good thing. That they left their busy schedule to come here just to honor their country, to see the president speak. But again, as I said, I must commend them. And this is how it's supposed to be, because we are all Liberians. Yeah, I'm the president today, somebody will be the president tomorrow, but we are all Liberians. So I'm glad that I could deliver our message to the entire world. And that's what it is. This is my third time, and it's nothing new. So I'm happy that I was able to present our document.
Okay, the President, you always talk about peace. You always talk about peace, and today you also talk about peace.
When I talk about peace, it's not just mere talking. When I'm talking about peace, I want you to relate to those that were in the war. I was in the war, but I went around refugee camps, and I know the devastating effect of not having peace. So I promote peace because I'm a former peace ambassador for the United Nations, UNICEF. Without peace, our world will be difficult. With peace, we can build, we can foster friendship, we can do everything. Without peace, we are blessed, Kalasco. A few years ago, we were hosting, hosting peacekeepers. Now we are going to other countries now to restore peace. I think it's a sign of achievement, and every Liberian must cherish that. And this is why we cannot, all of us here, we inspire to be somebody in our society. Without peace, we can be. We can be. Forget about the opposition, no position, who position and what position. What we need to do in our space today, after our social upheaval, every Liberian that inspired to be somebody must be courteous and must be peaceful, so they can arrive at their future goal. Because without peace, we can't. You want to be president tomorrow. You think if you fight me, then you'll be president? No, there will be devastation. You understand? So you don't need to fight. You don't need to destroy your country. You don't need to even condemn your country. You have to be inspired peacefully, and then convince the people, persuade people. Politics is about persuasion, and it's about what you have done for your people. I have done so much that I don't need pay for. You know why I don't need pay for? Because Liberians love me and they promoted me when I was on that soccer page. You understand? And they were proud to be Liberian when I was on the soccer page. And I've done my best for my country. I'm a former peace ambassador. It doesn't matter what people say, I'm on record. So I just want to say again to all of our friends and family that came from every state in America, I just want to say thank you for supporting us. This is their government. And again, we'll be coming to them to state our case for our second term. And I can guarantee Kalasco, you see me, I don't talk too much. We will have a second term because we have done something. We have done something that Liberian people can see. Without doing anything, Liberian people gave me a mandate. And they were with me from 2005 to date. Without doing anything, I have done something. Trust me, I'll be re-elected. And I'll be re-elected.
I agree. That's it. That's it. You can't get better than that. You can't get better than that. That's it right there. You can't get better than that. And we'll go out getting my gift, My gift coming envelope. You listen to the president. My gift coming envelope. Today I get a birthday gift, y'all. I get a birthday gift. It is my gift coming envelope. Yeah. Yeah. So you listen to the president, you listen to the deputy speaker, you listen to you listen to everybody talking about the impression. You listen to foreign dignitaries that were tipping their way to greet the president, exchange pleasantry with him, and also show their support to the progress that have been made by George Weah over the years, and something that we are proud of, because when we walk down the street, we see how people, greet the president. So it showed that the president is really loved and he's supported. Evidenced by what you saw here, where different kinds of people was lining up to take a photo to greet George Weah. I mean, that's the kind of support. And you see, Philomeno Pisota is also here, the gender minister. She's here to accompany the president. Madam Minister, just one word for your people. What is your impression about George Weah?
So blessed that we're able to be here today to tell our own story, and we're very happy, especially from the gender perspective, to have a president who considers himself a feminist in chief. And you see what he said. He continues to commit to gender equality, to women's empowerment, and what we can do is to continue working towards that effort, because whatever we put in front of him, he is supportive of it. So we hope that the women of Liberia will join hands with all of us, and we can continue pushing the agenda, because the gender agenda is strong, and women's rights are human rights, and this president understands that.
He women rights.
He's a he for she, but the president's a he for she.
Yeah.
And you heard his speech in there. He's all about ensuring that women and girls are protected. So all we can do is to work with him to ensure that that agenda comes to pass.
Thank you. And that's the voice of the gender minister, Pisota. That's the gender minister, Pisota, there. Well, today is the birthday. Today is my birthday, and you listen to the president saying, "My the other birthday are the best birthday." They say we can't envelope. At least the foreign minister, D. Mazwe Kimia, is also here. He's strongly moving with the president, supporting the president, These are the team that are here to make the president dream a reality.
Happy birthday, Kalasco.
Thank you.
By the United Nations General Assembly, we say thank you. This is what we do. Many young people. If I can come here today, that means any other young person.
And we say glory be to God. Like I said, I'm always behind the camera. But today, the president has made all of us proud. We are proud. We continue to be proud. I am very proud today that I'm celebrating my birthday. On this very special occasion. There you go. Yeah, you see, all the posted will give me envelope today.
Happy birthday.
We're celebrating your birthday. Yeah, today they spot you. And you see, my older sister here, Dorothy Bono, is also here. She always looking at 16-year-old.
I'm 16. To be exact, I'm 16.
She gets small, get face on my own.
I'm a baby. Look, honestly, I like to be grateful to God for today.
Yeah.
He has done it again. Every day I say to the world that the God I serve has said to me, Finna, be still and know that I'm God. And today again, he's God all by himself. I want to give God the glory because he's God all by himself. I want to say thank you to God because all of this is the doing of God. Men will talk, but when God talks for you, all the other talkers are noise makers. No. At the end of the day, when all of the noise are said and done, today is the birthday of my love. You know what I'm talking about, right? Guys, look at the bag. Look at the bag.
Everybody, don't distract us. I'm talking about.
Look at my bag. Look at my bag. Guys, sometimes when the haters are saying things, especially the ones who got my pepper and salt, I wonder if they do have sense.
They got something they call the coffee.
But that's the reason why I don't talk a lot. Because God is the one who talks for me. Because I don't have to talk. Because they are noise makers. They are noise makers. All of them are noise makers. Trust the God you know. Know the God you know. Because when you know the God that you know, come, let me teach you. Let me show you my God. Then you will know that all of them are all noise makers.
Noise makers. see my own man, Zanga, is here. You know, you give my birthday gift later. You give my birthday gift. Yeah, oh, full. Yeah. All right. Sister Nora Finabundo. All working. Malima.
How are you? Happy birthday, brother.
Young people, it's foreign minister,
What it is.
Yeah.
Someone yourself to you that you pay the price.
Yeah, of course. So now, like you listen, the president will be having a high-level meeting, you know, where you have officials from the State Department visiting. See the ARC Yankee is here. Yeah, the ARC is here. Yeah. This is the ARC, my own brother Yankee Duzu. Well, we don't get for the yeah, we're in the UN building and going on at the moment where President Weah best birthday of Bagu.
I still really speaking of bring
Shower blessing.